Hi, this is Dr. Zawish again, and today I'll be showing you exercises for knee pain. These are strengthening exercises designed for people that they have knee pain or they're going through rehab stage for their knee pain. And it's going to be concentrating on strengthening the major muscles that hold or support your knee and knee joint, which are calves, quads, hamstrings, lateral side of the thigh and inner thigh muscles and bit of a glute. So we're gonna go over strengthening exercises for those muscle group, and you have to do them between 8 to 10 times and do them between 2 to 3 reps on daily basis would be fantastic. That way you're gonna have a better recovery with better result. All right, so let's start. Basically, the first one, you lay down or you sit on the floor, and the purpose of this is to strengthening the quad muscle. It's one of the exercises that you need to do. What you do is that you keep your knee straight, make sure your toe is pointing towards your body, so not like that or not in a relaxed position. You just basically point your toe towards your body, and what you want to do is that you're going to raise your whole leg from the hip area. For support, you can basically put your hands on the back and the other leg is pretty much straight. What you do is that you're going to raise it as far as you can go up, you hold it for a few seconds and you slowly bring it in. Again, make sure the toes are pointing towards your body. It's really important to make sure the power or the movement is coming from your quads. So you repeat this for about 8 to 10 times and you do them between 2 to 3 sets. And this is basically how it goes. And of course, make sure you do the same exercise onto the other side. It's important to do them on both sides. Basically, this is the movement. And you can do this at home or at the gym. The only thing is that you have to do them 8 to 10 times between 2 to 3 sets on daily basis. After you're done with this one, if you have some sort of a foam roller or some sort of a object that you can put underneath your knee to give your knee a bit of a bend, you go back to the same position. Make sure you have your hands on your back for support. For this one, what you're gonna do is that the movement comes from your knee, but the foot position is still the same, so your toe is gonna be pointing your body, your knee is bent, and the movement is coming from here, just like this one. You hold it for a few seconds, you let it down, you repeat this for about between 8 to 10 times, between 2 to 3 sets. Again, the movement is coming from your knee, and the purpose of this is to build up and strengthening your quads, which are the most important muscles that are supporting your knee. And this is how you do it. And of course, you do them on the other side as well. All right, after you've done with this one, you're gonna lay down on your back with your knees bent, and for this is called bridge exercise. So what you do is that you tuck your stomach in, and then you're gonna be raising your pelvis all the way up until your body is kind of very flat around here. You hold it for about a few seconds, you let it down. Again, this is the exercise to strengthening your hamstrings and glutes. Just like this one. Make sure it's pretty straight, your stomach is tucked in. When you reach to the top, you hold it for a few seconds and then you let it down. After you've done with this one, with your sets, which are between 2 to 3 sets, each set you do them 8 to 10 times, you're gonna add one more component to this one, which is as you are raising your pelvis, you're gonna be extending your knee with your toe pointing your body. And this is how it goes. Again, the purpose of this is to strengthening your quads and glutes and hamstrings at the same time. Again, you do it for about 8 to 10 times, and you do them between 2 to 3 sets. And of course, when you're done with this one, do it onto the other side as well. Now we're gonna move to the next one. This is an exercise to build up your side thigh muscles and the IT band. So the leg that you want to be stretching, or the knee that you want to be working on, will be on top. The other one will bend. You keep your knee straight, and what you will do is that you're going to raise it all the way up and all the way down. As you're raising it, you can actually push it a little bit more to the back. So it would be something like this. Same thing, you hold it for about, you actually do it between 8 to 10 times, and you do them between 2 to 3 sets. And this exercise focuses on building up the muscles on the side of the knee and your thighs. And of course, you do it onto the other side. All right, now we're gonna move on to the next one. The other exercise is for your quad and the knee, would be you sitting on a chair or a platform that your feet will have some clearance between the foot and the floor, about maybe 2 or 3 inches. And what you do is that you bring your foot up at the same time as you're raising your foot from the knee. You're gonna be pointing your toes towards your body. So basically, just like this one. You go down. And then when you reach to the top, you're gonna hold it for a few seconds. And then you're gonna be repeating this 8 to 10 times, between 2 to 3 sets. And then when you're done with one leg, you go on to the other one. Now the other exercise is quads. Basically, you don't need to have any weights for this one. You're only gonna be using your body weight. But the important thing is that make sure your knee does not go beyond 90 degrees. And in order to do that, sometimes it's good to have a stool or a chair that when you sit, basically your knee bends around 90 degrees or a little bit higher as a gauge. So basically how it is, you stand, you put your feet shoulder length apart, and then basically what you will do is that you go all the way down and then you go up. And you're going to use the chair as a guide. And again, you do this for about 8 to 10 times, between 2 to 3 sets. And then it's going to be targeting your quads and the hamstrings. And when you're done with this one, we're going to move to the next one. The next exercise is for your calves, which are again one of the most important muscles which contribute to the support of your knee. And for that, you can use a platform which is about 3 to 4 inches high. You can use a couple of stacks of paper. What you will do is that you put it on the floor, you go on top, make sure your heels are clear, you hold on to something for support, and what you will do is that you go all the way down and you go all the way up, just like this. And you repeat it about 8 to 10 times, and you do them for between 2 to 3 sets. And what it will do, it will stretch and strengthening your calves, which are very important for supporting the back of the knee. Good. After you finish with this one, you're gonna lean against the wall, just like this. Again, make sure your knees are about 90 degrees. You hold it for about few seconds, and then you use your hands to push up to stand, and then you go all the way down. For these ones, make sure your shoes are not slipping, and you have some sort of a sock or shoes that kind of hold your feet in place. And then when you're done, you get up and then you go down again. Again, this is basically for strengthening your quads and glutes. Again, you're going to repeating this one for about 8 to 10 times, and you do them between 2 to 3 sets. The next exercise is for strengthening the inner thigh muscles, and the way that you do it, you start from this position, and what you're going to do is that you're going to make one step to the side, and then you go back to the middle, and then you go to the other side. At the same time as you're doing this, make sure your back is straight, and this is to build up and strengthening the inner muscles of your thigh, which is the most ignored muscles that no one works them out and no one stretches them. So this is very important for your knee recovery. After you've done this, you're going to do forward lunge. You go back, use the other one, and same thing, you do them 8 to 10 times between 2 to 3 sets. And after you finish this one, it would be great to repeat them all every day, and you should do them as often as possible. Make sure you do them 8 to 10 times between 2 to 3 sets. And these are, I would say, probably the most important 10 or 11 strengthening exercises that you need to do when you have knee pain or you are rehabbing from a knee pain. But before you go on to do or attempt doing these, make sure you talk to your healthcare provider and make sure these are exercises that you need to do for your condition. All right, till next time, have a great day. Bye-bye.